Good morning, MBA fans and friends. Nicole Wilson. I serve as Vice President of Economic Development here at the Midland Business Alliance. It is my pleasure this morning to introduce a company to you who has been a longtime supporter of the MBA and certainly an incredible small business and manufacturer here in Midland County. So with that, welcome to the Woody's team. If you would, Rob, introduce yourself and straight down the line.
Well, wonderful. Thank you. Appreciate it, Nicole. Robert Musselman, President and owner of International Engineering, manufacturer of Woody's. This is to my left, Carter Musselman and Hunter Musselman.
Wonderful. Well, my favorite question to ask, and I think one of the unique pieces of the Investor Spotlight, is why Woody's, why the industry, and then of course, why Midland? You could be anywhere.
Well, we could be anywhere, more in the north, but well, it starts, the long story short, is my parents originated here from Wixom Lake in '68 and started looking for a career path because my father was in General Motors. And he got into the snowmobile racing, and they competed and realized that there was benefits they could improve upon as far as in the competition level of snowmobile racing. Started out with my dad's tool and die experience and put carbide into steel runners, which gave to snowmobile racers, and they performed excellent. They were living in Standish at the time, and they wanted to move to Wixom Lake and originated on M30, and yeah, that's about it.
All right. So Midland was a little bit of close to home, but also a great hub for snowmobiling or snowmobile racing.
Well, Wixom Lake provided a wonderful opportunity to test the products that they turned around and made. And the M30 corridor is what really drove Dad down the US 10 and M30 corridor for freight trucks and various UPS was a big thing, or postal services back then. It was a big thing as far as in getting their packages out for delivery.
Yeah. So usually I would follow up with, let's talk about history a bit, but you covered it. So that's wonderful. So third generation now coming into leadership. And that's really great to see.
Yes, I'm very proud to have both my children with me at work and at home as far as throughout the years. And yeah, we're, it used to be my school bus stop years ago, and now I have my children working with me. So I'm pretty proud of that.
That's amazing. Certainly a legacy to be proud of.
Thank you.
So one of the things that we talk about in Midland is how accessible leadership is. And so, and part of that leadership journey is really kind of capitalizing on your challenges. So can you tell me about perhaps an unanticipated challenge that you've kind of maybe run into in your career that has forced you to learn something different or take a different approach?
Oh yeah. Oh, there's many in business, and there's one that really comes to mind. We had a family tragedy, unfortunately, with my brother. He got seriously injured in an accident, and he was the vice president and the sales manager of the corporation, leading to be the owner / president manager of the corporation. And I was going to follow in his footsteps behind him. And lo and behold, I was just the individual and the production manager. I manufactured a product, he sold it. It was a pretty good team. It was kind of a little Batman and Robin kind of thing. And we, after the accident, I was thrown into a role as far as in traveling and sales, which really threw me for a loop because I was more behind the scenes than up front, and I had to learn quickly how to charm, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Sales is certainly a different skill set
Yes.
Than operations, so I very much appreciate that. So how about the two of you coming into next generation of leadership? Is there, a certain skill or something that, or a mentor perhaps within the company or outside that you would look to in your journey?
Well, I would say obviously our dad is a great role model, and we have a lot of great leadership at the company. It can be a challenge to work with all of the different personalities within a company and just learning how to work as a team and I don't know, get to know everyone and feel like you create a basis before anything, and so you can move forward and figure out all of your business problems and goals.
Sure. And kind of working in a family business with just kind of starting to talk about next generation. And even that can be kind of an uncomfortable conversation and something that our Red Talent Committee, I think I've shared this with your dad, is starting to talk about. It's kind of this quiet piece of the talent continuum we don't talk about is succession or kind of continuity, what happens, right? And it's such an interesting dynamic. So I appreciate that, the three of you get to have that conversation. How about you, Hunter?
I was going to say pretty much the same answer as my dad.
Yeah.
He's a big role model. He's been through a lot of challenges.
Sure.
And he's always great to bounce ideas off of. And I mean, you can't replace that much experience and that much knowledge.
Absolutely. We certainly have a wonderful role model. So thanks for sharing that. So certainly the location of international engineering has presented a bit of a unique challenge about 5 years ago, almost exactly when the flood and dam breaches happened. And so we've heard from other companies how that the flooding affected them. But what I'd love to hear is you kind of had a unique challenge when that happened.
Well, really, we did. We were really close to ground zero, approximately about a mile and a half away from actually where the dam failed. And with that situation, it took out 5 reasonably close bridges and left us on a peninsula, or literally an island, to get to work. Our employees that typically had 10, 15-minute drives to work went to an hour and a half, and significant distances to overcome just to get to work. Let alone we had significant individuals that lost personal property, personal items, and various other things. And so it was a very trying time for us. Even getting a freight truck to get our product out the door to our customer.
Sure, absolutely. Well, it certainly shows the dedication of some of those employees to kind of navigate around that and figure out how to get to you and to work.
It was remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Very proud. I mean, we had so many individuals. Of course, we gave a lot of leniency in direct relationship to getting to work on time, but we were just happy and proud that they showed up to work and they had the interest to do so. And when they showed up, they were ready to work, and actually, it was made a really strong core values to us in direct relationship to camaraderie. It was really refreshing to see how a tragedy can bring the community together.
Sure, certainly strengthens a team, and being able to be a leader and support your team right through such a challenging time, personally and professionally,
Yes.
is an incredible skill. So, thank you for that work.
Appreciate it.
So in leadership, we're kind of called to constantly level up and keep learning. And I tend to be a podcast listener. So I always have, a podcast that I'm listening to that's helping me to grow, or a book I'm reading or something like that. So is there a podcast you enjoy, or a book, or a leader that you like to follow in your journey?
Well, there's a book. It's The Score That Matters. And it's a personal self-building book. It's by Ryan Hawk, and author. And I found many trials and tribulations in the book that fall similar to home, and it's just set well with me. So it's one of many that I enjoy.
Awesome. Hunter, how about you?
I listen to a few podcasts, but I'm still, how do I say, still digesting information, getting books suggested to me, and it's hard to pick out one good example
Sure.
that I'd like to share.
Sure. Carter?
I'm currently reading the Let Them theory. I don't know if you're
Oh yeah, Mel Robbins.
I know it's super popular right now, but learning a lot of lessons with the professional life and the personal of just focus on yourself and the amount of energy that you can waste on what others think and
Sure.
letting them get to you. So especially with the business owner mindset, just knowing, sticking to your gut, what you're educated in, and following that versus the opinions around you. So
Yeah. So that's wonderful. Yeah, cool. Thank you for sharing that. So what's next? What's next for Woody's?
Well, we're being in the snowmobile business. It's a trials and tribulations, especially with winter and with economics. It's a recreational business, and with that, we are looking at diversifying, and there's more to come. I have been working on a project or two to diversify the corporation. I'd love to be able to spill the beans at this point. Unfortunately, I'm not.
We'll wait with bated breath. We'll come back to it, I'm quite sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks so much. And always, a pleasure to spend time with my Woody's friends, and look forward to our next time together.
thank you for having
Thank you.
Nicole, thank you very much. I appreciate it.